Hi everybody, it's time for another episode of In the Mail. As many of you know, the YouTube coin community has tons of amazing channels that put out great content on a regular basis, including opportunities for buying, selling, trading, and lots of giveaways too if you take the time to look around and meet some others. This episode I've been lucky again to win a giveaway. This time it's only one package, but it is a big one. That's right, I won the big show on Ken Peavey's channel, and there it is. There will be a link to Ken's channel below in the description, so make sure you check that out and give him some support if you have not already done so. Anyway, most of you should be familiar with Ken and his big show by now, especially if you've been following my channel for a while. You may recall that in our very first episode of In the Mail, we featured a win from Ken Peavey's big show. If you're newer to my channel, or if you want to check that video out again, I will put the link right up here somewhere towards the top if you want to check that out again. Anyway, each week on Sunday evening, Ken Peavey hosts what he calls the big show. Ken has people from all over the YouTube coin community donate coins and also donate some cash too every week towards that show. All of it comes together into one massive package of coins that is given away to one lucky winner. Well, several weeks ago, I won it again, just barely 3 months after my previous win. Right after I became eligible to play again after a 90-day timeout that he puts on the winners. You can only win once every 3 months or so. So after you win, you can't play again for 3 months. That's one of his rules. So right after I became eligible again, I got it. So really cool. And it was great timing too, as the question that I won with was about classic commemorative half dollars, and I had just done a program on classic commemoratives for the coin seminar weekend just days before this big show. So it was all real fresh in my mind. I guess it's also a good time to mention that Ken Peavey not only does the big show each week, but he puts together that coin seminar weekend that we all enjoy. If for some reason you guys missed that show on classic commemoratives that I did, I'll put a link right up at the top again for y'all to check out to make it easy. Anyways, on to my win from the big show. And as you can see, it's a big priority mail package, and it's pretty heavy too. So I guess we'll just start digging into it. I've already opened it and kind of went through it a bit, but just to make it easy here, but we'll start. I'm going to push this over to the side a little bit just so it's not right in our way for everything. But so you can see Ken puts together a lot of stuff, packages everything real nice. Now this is just how I'm showing it to you guys. Everything was in multiple layers of bubble wrap and tape that I had to work on a little bit, but this is just going to make it easier to get through this. So let's get started. So right here, we got a copper round with a dinosaur on it, the Apatosaurus, whatever that is. And it's a 1 ounce copper round, 9.99 fine. And these things just look great, and I'd probably end up giving this away at one of the coin shows to a kid, or probably at my coin club, because kids just love these things especially. It's the younger ones, just anything to get them interested in coins or collecting at all. And if it's, a lot of hardcore collectors look at this stuff at shows and say, oh, that's just junk, and who would ever pay anything for that? But remember, it just takes that one thing to get a kid, started young, and then they're hooked. So that's real cool. Next up, we got a 1999 Denver Roosevelt dime, and it's still in the mint set packaging. Now, this isn't how the mint actually sent it. This would have been cut from a mint set that had the 5 coins from Denver that year, but it's still sealed in there, and it's a nice mint state dime from 1999. Here we got a blank planchet for 1 cent. So you can see it's got the raised rim there, so I guess some people call these a Type 2 planchet versus ones that don't have the rim raised up. So this is what they look like just before they're put into the press for striking. So that's fun. We got a 1936 Denver Buffalo nickel, circulated condition. We got a very circulated and partially corroded 1883 Liberty nickel, and it looks like it's with the with cents variety. Just kind of hard to make out all of the detail on it, but I guess it's real hard because I think I even got the date wrong. Let me get my loop here real quick and see if I can get the date off of it. It looked like 1883, but I wasn't even close. 1898, I believe. So, lightly corroded 1898 Liberty nickel, but hey, it's still a nickel from the 19th century, so not too bad. And I got my microscope plugged in, so there's a couple things that will pull up, but I'm not going to show everything under the microscope. But this here's pretty neat. It's just a really tiny piece of silver. It's got the skull and crossbones, and it's marked 999 on one side, and 1 gram 999 fine silver on this side. So just a really cool little gram of silver. Thank you. And remember, all these coins that I'm going to show you have been donated by others, or they were purchased from Ken by with donations of cash from others. So I'm not going to go through and name the donors of everything because I'll mess up probably who donated what, but there's just so many. If you want to see that, you can go back and watch the big show that I think it was early September was one of them that won. So you'll be able to find it pretty easily there. And so if you want to see, it's like about a 2-hour long show where Ken goes through things one at a time, who donated what. So you'll have a chance to check that out. Next is a 1966 Lincoln cent that's been broad struck. And I will put this under a microscope. So let me pull that up for everybody. And we'll take a close look at this one. Check it out. So here we go, 1966. And you can see it's got a lot of red color. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a fingerprint there. But what's cool about this is it's an error. So you can see towards the rim there, it's just kind of squished out. And if you have another Lincoln cent next to this, which I don't have handy, you'd notice that this is larger than a regular Lincoln cent. Because what happens is when the dies came together to strike this one, remember a coin has 3 sides to it. Yep, I just said it. A coin has 3 sides, the obverse, the reverse, and also the edge. So the way the edge is made, when the 2 dies come together, they're held in by a collar, which keeps the coin in the right size and makes the edge nice and perfect. This one was struck without being in that collar, so when the 2 dies came together, it just squished out, and it did not make a perfect circle, and kind of spread out the metal way too much. So it's a little larger than a cent. So you can see the L and the I of Liberty just aren't in the right spot. You can see the letters of In God We Trust stretch out, and just a really neat little air coin. And we'll check out the other side too to see what it looks like. You don't see the letters stretched as much, but you can see there's just way too much extra metal there underneath the 1 cent. And yeah, just broad strikes are fun. So thank you for that. All right, let's keep digging. Yeah, I just grabbed the cord for the microscope and almost pulled it out. But anyway, let's keep going. Sorry about that. Here's another bundle of fun here. Okay, we got a copper round here. This one has a dragon. I just had to turn it the right way. There we go. It's a really cool dragon. And on the other side, look at that, a dragon's eye. That's a cool one. Lots of detail. Somebody will have fun with that. 1983 San Francisco Proof Washington quarter. Cool. This is nice. It's the Canada Centennial 50 cent silver. Got the Howling Wolf on it. Dated 1867 to 1967. And it's got some cameo frost to it. I don't think they call these proof coins. I think they catalog them as proof-like, but they look like our proofs. But they call them proof-like, I believe. But yeah, just a really nice 50 cent piece. And they're silver. I believe these are 80% silver. Got another copper round here. This one has an Indian chief. Got the full headdress going there. Nice. And on the reverse, it says American Indian Series. Pride, Strength, and Courage from the Golden State Mint. And it's got a TP with the moon in the background. Well, it looks like the moon to me. I guess it could be the sun, but it looks like the moon to me. I imagine it's the moon. So there's that. Got a 1974 Denver Eisenhower dollar. Looks to be pretty close to uncirculated. Maybe it's just got a touch of rub on it, but it's at least AU, but it's nice. Got tons of luster, and who doesn't like an Ike dollar? But probably people like these a little bit more. This is a 1921 Morgan silver dollar. And does it have a mint mark? It does not look like it, so it's a Philadelphia. And it's just lightly circulated. I'll bring it a little closer. I don't know if we need to show this under a microscope. Most of you have seen Morgan dollars before. It's got a little bit of circulation wear on it, but it's a nice 90% silver dollar. Final year of issue for the Morgan dollar. Very cool. Got this little piece here. Those of you that watch the big show on a regular basis know that this gets one of these gets thrown in just about every package, and they call it webbing. And if you need to know a detailed explanation of what this is, definitely reach out to Ken and send him messages about it, and he'll be glad to explain it in detail and point you to even videos he's probably done on it. But basically, it's when they punch out the blanks, and we got one right here. They punch out the blanks. That's what's left over. There's a whole sheet of this stuff, and then you can cut little pieces of it out, and they call it webbing. So there we go. And now now that I move things around, I think I might have lost my place, but I think this is next. This here is a 1906 Indian cent. And it's got a little bit of detail to it there too. Looks like you can see almost all the letters of Liberty. So not too bad. 1906 Indian head cent. And we got another copper round, another dragon on this one. Just tons and tons of detail. And on the other side, a dragon's eye. And it says, I didn't see it on the last one, but it says at the top, World of Dragons. And at the bottom, 1 ounce, 999 fine copper. Pretty fun. Yeah, just tons of detail. Really, really great work on these. All right, let's reach in and grab another bundle. All right, we got a 1970 Denver Brilliant Uncirculated Nickel. And this one, real flashy. That's about as proof-like as you can get for a 1970D. That's just nice. That one definitely came straight out of a mint set, I would guess. No one's messed with that. Cool. Here's a 1964 Denver Jefferson nickel, Brilliant Uncirculated. Last year they put the D mint marks on the reverse, so that's kind of fun. Here's a 1960 Denver Lincoln cent. It's got a little bit of red color left to it. All right. Here we got an 1864 large motto 2 cent piece. And it's pretty worn down, but you can make out the date and most of the details. And I guess if you haven't seen a 2 cent piece before, let me go ahead and pull that on under the microscope real quick, and let's take a look. See what kind of detail we can see. So let me pull that up for us. There we go. There you go. You can see the full date. Let me move the light just a... I had it better before. So it's got a shield wreath around it, 1864 date. You can see some of the motto there in the ribbon. You can make out a couple of the letters of In God We Trust. And on the other side, 2 cents. And then United States of America around the wreath. Very cool. Not many people have 2 cent pieces, and that's what they look like if you weren't familiar. All right, back to it. Here's a 1965 Brilliant Uncirculated Jefferson nickel. Looks real nice. Looks about as good as you can get. It's a 1912 D from Denver Liberty Head nickel. Some people also call these the barber nickels, but most people call them the Liberty Head. And it's got the D mint mark there right on the reverse. The only year that you can get mint marks on the Liberty Head nickel. Also known as the V nickels, because they got the Roman numeral 5 on the reverse. I'll do that one last because that's a fun one. And then next up we got a 1995 Philadelphia Kennedy half. And it says it here, it has a die crack on it, which, let's see if we can take a quick look and see. I'll maybe take a closer look at that. Like, you know what, let's just bring it up under the microscope to see if we can find it quick. That'll be fun. Alright, there's the 2-cent piece. Let's get that out of the way. Let's see if we can find this die crack quickly. See what we were talking about there. And some of you have probably already seen it and you're saying, Mike, you just passed it. I don't know. Well, definitely those of you guys that remember from the big show, or I mean, it looks like there might be something going on in the hair there. Let's check the reverse. Is that just something on the plastic there? That might be an eyelash or something in there. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe they're under, like, through the A of America. I think that might be it. There's something there. I would say, like, you see something there from the A to the dot there. That might just be a scratch, but then you can kind of see it popping out the other side of the A. So a scratch would not go underneath a letter like that. So that might be what they're talking about. But we'll take a closer look at that, and fun stuff. All right, back to the next one. The next one in this group is an 1859 seeded $50 from the New Orleans Mint. Got a large O mint mark on the reverse. And I know in some of the comments I've had the previous mail calls, you guys like taking closer looks, so let me even take this one out of the flip, and then we'll put that under the microscope. How about that? So we'll take that out of the flip, pull up the microscope, and let's take a look at this one. There we go. There's the seeded half. It's worn down. It saw a lot of circulation, but it's still a 90% silver. Can't make out much of the shield, but it's 1859. And then on the reverse, with a nice classic eagle there, and that big O mint mark from New Orleans. Very cool. Thank you very much for that. And oh yes, there is more in here. Let's see what the next bag is. This was a heavy one here. Look at all this stuff. Let me push some of these coins out of the way. Let's make some room. Alright. First up, we got a coin necklace. We'll show that off. Look at that. It's a necklace there with a coin on a bezel. And it's a bicentennial Kennedy $50. 1976 Denver. With the bicentennial reverse with Independence Hall. Sweet. Alright, what else is in here? Oh yeah, this here is a baggie full of foreign coins. So when Ken does the big show at the end, they have you like guess, pick randomly between a couple numbers or a couple letters or something to win a few foreign coins. Well, I sort of hit the jackpot, and the first thing I picked was 3 times, and then so you got to pick another one to see what random numbers behind it, and then I picked 15, so I got 3 times 15, 45 different foreign coins, and usually people win, 5, 10, 15, somewhere in that range, so that was a pretty big win. So it looks like there's just coins from all over the world here, and this could probably make a whole separate video in and of itself, but I haven't looked through these yet, but I guess I'll have some fun trying to figure out what's in here, but maybe you guys can recognize some already, but I mean, I recognize a few, but very cool. Just a big bag full of foreign coins. Those are always fun. Another baggie here. This is a bunch of Canadian cents. I'm just picking a few dates. There's a 68, a 71, a 66 that's almost full red, a 95 that looks brand new. Here's one with George VI on it, it looks like, a 1950. Yeah, so there's definitely a few in here. I do have a folder of Canadian cents, and there's a 1979 that has some toning. There's definitely a few in here that I think might either fill a hole in one of my albums or maybe even upgrade a spot. So that's cool. And last in this baggie is a roll of 2019 Philadelphia uncirculated Lincoln cents. Which, you know, brand new Lincoln cents. I guess if you're on the East Coast, that's not too big of a deal. But out here on the West Coast, you just don't really see Philadelphias that much. You can watch my Lincoln cent roll searching videos, and you'll see in a box I might get a couple hundred of the 2017, 2018, 2019 Denver coins in a box, but I might get 1, 2, or 3 Philadelphias of those dates in the whole box. So, yeah, getting a roll of 2019 Phillies is pretty cool if you're out here on the West Coast. Oh boy, there's more in here. I guess this one's probably one of my favorite things in the big show that week. Not many people can say. I mean, a lot of people can say they won a lot of coins or won giveaways or won big coins. I mean, look back at Cutie Cat. She won our 1909 SVDB from us, a $1,000 coin in a giveaway not too long ago that we did. But very few people can say they won an entire armored car. So check that out. We got a whole armored car in a giveaway. That is fun. So, I will enjoy that. Thank you. And it looks like there's another box in here. And then that's going to be it for this package. So I can get that a little bit more out of the way. And what we got here... Well, first, let's open it. Well, first we got an Egyptian note. Looks like it's from 1999. Cool. Got a bunch of stickers. These are from some of the donors to the Big Show. And again, you can go back and watch that episode of the Big Show. And what I'll do is I'll try to put a link right up about here somewhere, right about now, if I can remember to do that, to that Big Show, so you guys can check it out and see who all the donors of each of these items were. We got a sticker from Digging Canuck. We got one from Cheapskate Coins. Got a card from the Youper Girl. Got one of SJ's stickers. And a sticker from Coin Dragon. And what this is here, some of you guys already know what this is. But if you don't know, I will show you. And just look at this packaging for one. That's just real nice. And it's got a nice, that's metal of some sort. And this is, if you can see that, that's handcrafted of genuine leather. So there we go. So what this is a prestige proof set. And if I can get into it, I'll show you. And you can see there it's got the symbol of the Los Angeles Olympics in United States Mint. It's got a nice letter and certificate of authenticity. And basically it's the proof set from 1983, but you also get the Olympic silver dollar commemorative from that year. So it's got the San Francisco proof coins, 1983, that you would get in your normal set. The $50, the dime, the quarter, the nickel, and the Lincoln cent. Plus you get the 90% commemorative silver dollar. So it's got the discus thrower, Los Angeles 23rd Olympiad, Liberty, 1983. And then on the reverse, we'll flip these around. Just got a really cool eagle. And then you can see the reverse of the rest of the coins. All right, that does it. Remember, all of this that we showed off in the last 20-some minutes, all of it from one show, one giveaway, and that is Ken Peavey and his Big Show. Link below in the description if you're not familiar with that, and you should definitely check it out and try to get in on it. Sometimes it's real easy. It's a trivia question. You just got to be the fastest to answer it. Sometimes there's clues all throughout the show, and if you're paying attention, you get a better chance to win. Sometimes it's pretty much completely random, but you got to be there, got to be watching to have a chance. So again, thank you all for watching. If any of you out there want to send me anything for future episodes of In the Mail, my address is always in the description below. I again appreciate all of your support, and until the next time, keep having fun with your collections.